Hi everyone, welcome and thank you for being here. Here is my week in parenting. In this series, I look at parenting from a personal development perspective. So we start with the sexual, move to the financial, then the emotional, then the physical, mental, social, and spiritual. So this week, anything on there was nothing on sexual, and on financial, the girls made my hair. Mallory and Marjorie twisted my hair, so I decided to stay with it like this. I didn't want to alter anything. They twisted my hair, and they charged me for it. I paid, and people have been up and about. Yeah, like they say, a fool and his money are soon parted. They are buying stuff. I let them. It's their money. I don't want to control it. People are taking sweets mostly and chocolates. So I tell them, as long as it doesn't reach the baby, because she's 2.5, when she takes too much sweets, it will lower her immunity and it will be something else. So as long as it doesn't get home, I'm okay with it. They can have it. So they did my hair. They can plait hair. It's a skill they are building. I used to do my mom's hair when I was young. I used to play with my mom's hair. That is how I knew how to plait. But also during our days, there was this grass, that would go and plait. I plaited grass. That is how I learned how to do hair. But also I used to do my mom's hair and my sister's hair sometimes. And then when I had children, it's a tradition that I have. I do their hair until they're 3 or until they start going to school, which is at 3. So their first salon visit is always at 3. That is when they do a blow dry. Mallory was so happy with the blow dry, she didn't cry. Marjorie, she didn't do the blow dry at 3. Marlene, I don't think will do the blow dry because she doesn't like noise. Even when the pressure cooker goes off, she'll block her ears and say, "Mommy, protect your ears." So yeah, so that is how I upskilled my plaiting. Is it talent? My plaiting, yeah. So I usually do their hairs, and even during school days, I do their twists. When they close, they go to the salon and do braids. So that is how they have also learned how to do hair. There was a time Mallory did her hair. She twisted her hair and twisted her sister's. So today it was mine. And on emotional, Marjorie had an emotional breakdown. This could be emotional and social as well. Mallory was invited for her birthday by her friend. And it's a friend that they both know. And it's a friend from church. And so Marjorie also wanted to go. And she asked Mallory's friend if she would go. And the friend, even the mom, said it's okay. But I said no, because there are times when children just want to be in their space with their friends without their siblings' interference, especially firstborns. They have this innate, or it has been ingrained in them, that they have to take care of their siblings. So sometimes when Mallory is called for a birthday, I usually go with the three of them. But I now know better. There are times she just wants to be away from her sisters. Because as a firstborn, there's that instinct, or when you're a sibling, when you have your sibling around, there's that innate instinct of wanting to know how they are. So it makes them not enjoy their time with their friends. And also their siblings intrude. Especially for the older siblings. They want to do what you do with your friends. But for her, it's time for her to be with her friends. She also wants to be alone with her friends. So when your child is called for a birthday or an event by their friends, kindly don't carry the others. Let her have that time with her friends. Let her be herself with her friends without her siblings wanting her to do for them something, or calling her, or wanting just to be in their company. That can be done at home. So I refused and said, no, you are not going. Even if she tells you you're going, this is Mallory's friend. She's the one who has been invited. We have to respect that. Marjorie cried a river. She screamed, she made noise, she cried. And it is at this moment, as a parent, you need to be very calm, you need to be very grounded, because sometimes they throw tantrums that can make you want to beat them. But since her crying was not doing anything to me, I let her. She cried a river. She made noise. Because I wanted her to learn that crying will not get her anything. Not on this day. There are instances where it will get her something. But today, I wanted her to learn that it will not get her anything. And she cried and slept. So when we were leaving, she learned that now it's true, I am not going anywhere. She had processed it. She kept quiet and said, Mommy, will you bring me something? I said, yes. But she went through the whole process. How come? It's not fair. I want to go. The younger one was just watching this drama. And I think she didn't want to get into it. And she just said, me, I'm not going. I have not been invited. Yeah, they need to know. And sometimes you take them to a birthday and leave them there with their older sibling. It is caregiving for her. There was a girl at the birthday who had refused to come with her younger siblings because she was being dropped. Because when they're invited for birthdays, mostly we don't stay there, you drop them. And when you drop them with their siblings, it's babysitting for her. So that was our mental and social. Yeah. And on physical, Marlene fell off the chair. She was taking her Uji as my hair was being done, and we don't know what happened. I just saw someone going down from the dining chair, and she cried a river. Another thing that happened, and that is how that Uji ended. She didn't even finish it. Another thing on physical was on chewing gum. People had money, they had been paid, so people are chewing gum. They're buying lollipops with gums there. And there's this rule in my house that once your chewing gum leaves your mouth, it's time to throw it. So Marlene was given a chewing gum, and we were at the table. People are chewing their gum and taking their lollipops. Then she removed her gum from the mouth. Mallory saw her and said, Marlene, you've removed your gum from the mouth. It's time to take it to the dustbin. Then she goes, no, that's not fair. She's 2.5. Then I tell her, Mama, that's the law. It can't go back to your mouth. Do you chew food and remove it from your mouth, then take it back? We don't do that to food. So anything that you eat and is out, it's no longer good for you to take back inside your mouth. So she begrudgingly took her chewing gum to the dustbin. On mental, people are on holiday. They have taken it slow on reading, and I have let them. I have given them a break. On spiritual, while they were doing my hair, this was like a bonding session. While they were doing my hair, I think something came on the screen, and then Marjorie started asking questions about Jesus. Then he asked, Mommy, is this how Jesus will come? And I told her, no. And her sister got in and explained. I was pleasantly surprised. In some questions, I was not as sure, but Mallory saved me. She answered her sister. And Marjorie always wanted to know, she wanted to know who created God. And there's this one that she asked about when Jesus was being crucified. When she told his mother that, behold your son, and she told the other disciple, behold your mother. And still, I was pleasantly surprised that Mallory answered this. It made me happy. But also at this point, I realized that Jesus took care of his mother. He knew how painful it was to watch your son die and be helpless. And he also took care of the disciple and told him, behold your mother. And this was a grief that brought them together. And the Bible said that from that day she lived in the disciples' house. So the death of Jesus brought them together. This grief brought these two together. Again, on spiritual, on Saturday while we were in church, one of Mallory's friends in church gave Marlene a lollipop. And the lollipop had gum. So when she started eating the lollipop, I told her, Mama, we don't eat in the sanctuary. Go and eat outside. Then she went. So she kept coming and going back, coming in, going back. And then when she was done, she had the chewing gum. And I told her, Mama, we don't eat in the sanctuary. We are not supposed to eat in church. So she went outside the first time and came back and went outside. I sent her out again the second time. When I wanted to send her out the third time, Marlene swallowed the gum. And she swallowed the gum and said, "I've swallowed the gum, Mommy. We don't eat in church."
Mommy.
Yes, dear.
I wonder, I swallow the small gum.
You swallowed the small gum. And this got me thinking how much we don't respect God's house. It's a sanctuary. If you remember in the Bible, the sanctuary of the Old Testament, how it was respected, that even the priest Aaron, who went in, had to have something tied on his feet, so that in case there's something he did that made God angry and he died inside there, they had a way of retrieving his body. And what do we do to the sanctuary nowadays? We let our children eat in church. We no longer respect the sanctuary. We are taking advantage of grace. I think if we lived in the Old Testament, we'd all be dead by now. But thank God for grace. That's my week in parenting. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. See you in the next one.